Today, as the title says, I am doing the Kiss Me, I'm Irish book tag. This was created by Snogging on Sunday Books, and I was tagged, not by name, but Novels and Nonsense tagged everyone to do it. Both of those videos are linked down in the doobly-doo. So let's get started. Green, a book with a green cover. I haven't talked about this book before, but I'm going with In the Forest of the Night by Amelia Atwater Rhodes. Amelia wrote this when she was 9 years old and got it published by the time she was 13, which blows my mind. I picked that up because Raven liked it. It's book one of the Den of Shadows quartet. I don't really like almost any of the other books in the quartet. Demon of My View's alright, the last two suck. But this one is pretty good. It follows a shapeshifter as she hunts down a vampire. Blarney, a book that was overhyped or deceived you into liking it. I'm going with the overhyped, and I'm talking about Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I hated that book. I read Obsidian as part of a readathon, and everyone in the readathon agreed the book is overhyped. It's not very good. The love interest, Damon, sucks. The main character reads fakey and not well written. It is not a good book at all. I gave it a 3 stars because I liked the idea of the aliens. I'll eventually pick up Onyx again, but I tried to read it shortly after and hated it. Brogue, which is a dialect. A book where the main character has an accent. I'm gonna go with Take a Thief by Mercedes Lackey. Skiff has I think it's called a Cornish accent, where he doesn't pronounce everything right and he has to go through lessons in order to pronounce things correctly. Technically, I think everyone in this series has an accent of some kind, but his is so much that he has to take lessons on how to talk. So, because he doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, Take a Thief. Leprechaun, a book you enjoyed when you were a little person. I don't talk about this series enough, but I'm going with the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, in particular, books 1, 2, and 3. I read all of these while I was in elementary school. My mother had owned their copy that didn't smell like cigarettes and have a coffee stain. I really need to replace this. They had a copy for a long time, and my mom kept expecting me to pick it up and read it, but the cover is so horrible, I didn't. And then we started to read it in my reading group that I had every day or every week. The scene where Harry is being hunted by Voldemort in the forest. Voldemort is crawling towards him, and then the bell rang right before Firenze arrived. Oh my gosh, we were so mad, and everyone stayed seated for like a minute or two, and the teacher was like, you gotta go to class, and we're like, we wanna keep reading! So I knew I had it, went home, read the entire book, begged my mother to get the next 2, and then I read numbers 2 and 3 right after that. I just loved it, and then I continued. Pot of Gold, a book that cost you a lot or means a lot to you. I'm going with technically both, and this is kind of a sneaky peek into my book haul that will be coming out on the 30th, next Monday. I'm going with the Harry Potter box set! My mother gave me this for my birthday. It was $70 whopping. I know I placed the order with her card. She just said, get my card, and she bought it for me, and they're so pretty, and they're so amazing, and I love it so much, and oh my gosh! I have my unboxing, where you get to see me unbox it and fangirl about it then, and that video, so stay tuned for that, but yes, this means a lot to me, and it was expensive, and I'm so glad my mom bought it. A 4-leaf clover or shamrock, your current or old favorite book series. Y'all should know which 2 I'm going to talk about. There's The Lord of the Rings in Middle-earth Universe by J.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I consider it all. It's a series. Me and Katie Tastic, we're debating whether it's a standalone or a series. It's a series! It is a series. It's always been a series. J.R. Tolkien was only halfway through The Fellowship of the Ring and realized it had to be a series. And it kind of irked him, but then he wrote the History of Middle-earth, which is a 16, counting these, it's 16 books long, so yeah. And then, y'all know the other one, The Black Jewels by Anne Bishop. Love this series. It started off as a trilogy and then moved into a 9-book series. Phenomenal. I love it all. I'm so glad there's more than just the 3 because these 3 aren't that great on their own. Combined with the other ones, it just, oh, it keeps going and getting better and better. I love it. I love it. I love it. Magic. A book you found magical or enjoyed the magical element in it. I'm going with another series. Y'all know me, I rarely read standalones. I don't like standalones, they're too short. I'm going with the 7 Waters series by Juliette Marillier. or Merlier, whatever. So just talking about book 1, Daughter of the Force. This is a fairy tale retelling, the only one in the series that's a fairy tale, of the Seven Swan Brothers. Sorsha is the 7th child and only daughter of Lord Colum of Seven Waters in Ireland, and he falls in love with a sorceress, the Lady Una, who curses her brothers to become swans, and Sorsha must undo the curse. There's love, there's dark scenes and sadness and sword fighting and fire, and oh, it's so good. The magical element beyond the curse and the sorceress, Lady Una, is that Sorsha gets help from the local fae. And even after the Lady Una is gone, in the rest of the series, we continue to have these fae and sorcerers, and magic is in it, and I just love it. It's historical fantasy, and it's so good. Kiss, your current or all-time favorite book pairing, aka OTP. I have 2 OTPs, a book and a manga. My book 1 is Damon and Janelle from the Black Jewels. They are just meant to be. Damon has been in love with the witch, Queen of the Darkness, before she was born. And the moment Janelle matured, not when she's a kid, he doesn't love her that way, but he's more like a friend. But she is his first kiss. When she's matured, they get together. Oh, it's so sweet and beautiful, and I love their romance and how it's like meant to be. My other OTP, of course, I talk about them all the time, is Roy and Riza from Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. Colonel Roy Mustang and Second Lieutenant Riza Hawkeye are in love. However, because they are both officers in the military, it is illegal for them to be together. Hiromu Arakawa has come out, and yes, it is official. They would be together if it wasn't against the law. Roy has a goal, and Hawkeye respects his goal, that they are both working together towards that goal, and he needs her in the military, so they can't be together romantically yet. But there's so many moments that tease you, it just kills me. But OTP here. Luck. A book on your shelf you will luckily get to someday. I'm going with The Wheel of Time number 14, A Memory of Light by Brandon Sanderson and Robert Jordan. This is book 14. I am in the middle of book 2. I am having trouble. I finally got to a point where I could read book 2. Let's see how long that lasts. Book 2 is the worst book in the series. This book I already skimmed through a little bit. It looks easy to read. It looks really well done, and just the one scene that I kind of skimmed over looked enjoyable. I have no clue who the characters are or what they're talking about or anything, because that's the main character, who is 15 in book 2, 15 or 16. He looks to be like 40, so I have a lot of books to cover. I will hopefully get to this before I die. I have no clue, but I really want to read this before I die. I really do. Jig, a book you don't own yet, but if you were to receive it, you would dance with joy. There's a lot of books that fill that. ElfQuest. A lot of ElfQuest books by Wendy and Richard Pini. Yes, that would go. A Fullmetal Alchemist box set. The rest of Fullmetal Alchemist, yes, that would do it. Quite a few books can fit it. The one I wrote down is Winter by Marissa Meyer. That's not out yet, and when it comes out, I want to get it. I'm dying to get my hands on it. Hopefully Marissa Meyer, I've heard that she is planning on another book tour when Winter comes out. So if she can come back up to Phoenix, hopefully me and my friends can go up to Phoenix in the fall, winter-ish time, get that signed as well. Really, there's a lot of books. I literally squeal out in joy when I see a book I've been dying to get my hands on. Rainbow, that's you or me. Lead others to this pot of gold of a book tag. I don't tag very many people very often. I usually just do them. But when it asks me to tag, I try to tag people. I don't know. I will tag LA Knight. Not that she's done a single tag in over a year. The Amazing Bookshelf, because you just did a video of mine. You're really nice, you seem like a great guy, and you just started your channel, so here's another tag to do. I don't know. And also the book Hangover, because I follow her on Tumblr, so I hope it's not too forward of me. Please do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more. There is not a book review this Friday. It is Wednesday because Friday is my birthday, so I'm not going to be here. I'm not doing nothing. I am going out with my family and going to the Cheesesteak Factory for the first time ever for me. I think my family's gone, My friend Megan said that my parents went with her. But I'm going for the first time, and I'm going to be looking into getting some macarons. Good luck with your reading, and I hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next video. Bye! I'm not wearing my jewelry. Whatever. Where'd it go? Your old... I'm gonna go with my old one a book that you found magical, or yeah. And Sorsha is, this is I'm knocking everything over. Oh well. I put those down. Why didn't I put these down? Because of the laws, and there is, I keep doing that, I hate that sound. Black. A book on your shelf you haven't read, but you haven't read. That makes sense. Luck. A book on your shelf that you own, haven't read. That makes no sense. Number. Book on your shelf you will luckily get to someday. A book on your shelf you will luckily. God. The one I wrote down for real. For real.